friend Deb Murray, who's here, and she is always our official Tupperware girl.
How are you?
Always wonderful to see you.
I'm so honored to represent this iconic brand.
It is an iconic brand, and the last time you aired it with me, I bought so much Tupperware, and I love it. I like putting my thumb on it and hearing it go pop, and everything stays nice and fresh. This is it's called Thatsa Bowl Prep, Go, and Serve Set. And what you're gonna get is you're gonna get what I call three everything bowls, because you can put everything you want inside here.
Exactly.
And I love, Deb, the size. Finally, a big bowl to put my stuff in.
Exactly, like the bottom one here, this beautiful
that is a salad.
Magenta.
Look at that.
This is a 32-cup bowl. That's a bowl. Do you know how it got its name? At one of the parties, one of the customers goes, "Oh my gosh, now that's a bowl."
That's a bowl.
And that's how the name came about, and it stayed.
And if you're doing a party where you're serving many people, you need a bowl this size, whether you're putting in lettuce, or you're doing a big sort of a pasta salad, or you're doing something like chips, right? Because then you've got the room. It's a large capacity bowl, and of course, like most Tupperware out there, one bowl fits in the other, fits in the other, so it's easy to store.
Perfect.
I love this. This is a party bowl.
That's a party bowl.
Yeah.
But notice how it's got not just one of our normal, large, beautiful bowls. Again, all with a lifetime warranty. You're getting the 32-cup, but this one has a specific design. See the little ring hole here?
Yep.
That's designed, so if I have my hand mixer here and I'm doing three batches of cookies, I can hold on to it. You also have the amazing seal, the seal that has made us so famous. It's airtight. It controls the humidity inside. It locks in freshness. Nothing is going to spill. I can toss my salad, and yet I don't have to worry about getting vinaigrette all over the counter. So that's just one of the bowls. The second size bowl is our 19-cup.
And you get, by the way, you get all the colors.
All three.
Yeah.
So you're getting a 12, a 19, and a 32. So that's 60. What is it, 63 cups.
That's a lot of cups.
That's a lot of cups. And again, it's bright, they're beautiful, they all have that little ring, but this configuration is exclusive to here. You're never gonna find these colors, this set anywhere else at that price. That's our relationship with Tupperware and HSN. You can only get what we get here, but this is where it all started. This is the crisper that we're gonna talk to earlier. My bonus mom gave me this.
Yeah.
It's over 60 years old.
I think there's a lot of moms that still have this bowl. This was the classic.
It is the classic.
Yeah.
If you look on eBay right now, you can find a Thatsa bowl from the 60s. There was like the yellow one, and they're more money than this whole set.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're gonna last you a lifetime. That's why the lifetime warranty. That's why 80 years in business, and it's gonna evoke that emotion. I was at Channel 8 the other day, and the security guard, I was getting ready to do a segment, and the security guard goes, "My heart." And I'm like, oh my gosh, 911. And I just panicked, and she goes, "Those bowls." She goes, "My grandma." And she was so emotional that I actually gave her the 2 bowls. But that's what Tupperware does.
And that's why they're so well made, and that is why they give you a lifetime warranty. When you think about that, they're bowls, all right? You know, they don't have to do that, but they've been doing that for so long. And to know that you're gonna buy something that, heck, you might be giving to your kids is a really big deal. And I remember my mom's kitchen, man. My mom had, it was a classic 60s, 70s kitchen. So the appliances were chocolate brown.
Oh, yeah.
She had carpet tiles on the floor in the kitchen, because they did that for a while in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
And she had her Tupperware bowls, and everywhere we went, because my mom ran a beach school. My dad was in charge of the lifeguards in the summertime. She would make his lunch, she would put it in a bowl. She would bring bowls to the beach for the kids, right? She would put fruit in there. You could put anything you wanted. And what's wonderful is I remember seeing these at picnics. We'd go to, I played football, so we would go to cookouts on the weekend. These were everywhere.
They're everywhere.
All the moms had them.
Oh, and every church function, every potluck you ever went to, or our Dockham family reunion, Tupperware is part of our heritage. You know, you and I talked about this one time before, Guy. They're actually represented at the Smithsonian. There's no other food storage company represented at the Smithsonian. They're part of our landmark. And again, 80 years in business. And the reason they've been in business 80 years, they stand behind their product. They make a high quality product. This is not your landfill plasticware. Even though the price points here are that of some of the disposable stuff, this is the storageware that started it all. This is the storageware that I recommend that we stand behind companies like this. This is like my popcorn bowl right there.
The thumb hole is everything.
The thumb hole is everything.
The thumb hole. So even if you want to toss your popcorn with your butter, and this is another thing where you would want a big bowl. You don't want a little bowl for popcorn. You got people that all want to eat popcorn.
How about if you're having, you're having a party and you want to have your bread bowl? But over here we've got some more options. Obviously, Tracy made her delicious potato salad. That's
reminds me
sunshine.
of my childhood.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I remember my mom would make the most, and I've copied her recipe. My mom makes a great potato salad as well. I like it with the eggs and all that stuff, and they're really, really good. And that reminds me of like being out on my parents' deck, and they would put the bowls out.
Oh yeah.
Dad would be running the barbecue, and it's a snapshot. It's like a postcard in my head.
And don't you feel that little tug in your heart?
Yeah, because they're both gone. So it's like, I still.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I still think about that. And listen, it's all happy thoughts now because, we were very lucky to have that. And these were literally the first common bowls that people had. And people absolutely love them to this day. You buy them, you get all three different sizes. So you are getting the 12, the 19, and the 32 cup. All three, they nest together for storage, which is great. And listen, I know you're not going to use the big bowl every day, but isn't it nice to have a go-to large bowl?
Exactly.
I mean, even if you're using it as a giant punch bowl, whatever,
Precisely.
right? You're able
ice
to get
down
a lot.
beverages.
Yep.
Over here, I'm just making my Mary Brandis, the woman that I do a lot of work with. She makes this apricot jello salad with the pineapple and the peaches in it. But I mean, these are the sort of dishes that we used to do in the 60s and the 70s. But over here, this is what I would do if I were selling that pizza oven.
My mom used to make that stuff too, but she would use yogurt.
Yogurt, oh yummy.
She would use a flavored yogurt, and she would mix it up, and then she would put it in a pie tin and freeze it.
I love it.
It was really, really good.
That is a great idea. Did she scrape it afterwards, like as an ice cream kind of thing?
She could have, but no, she served it in slices.
Oh,
and then she'd put a little whipped cream on top. So she'd just buy a prepared crust, do like a sweet and flavored strawberry yogurt. She put some real strawberries, blueberries, freeze it. Oh, yeah. And it was really good, and it was yogurt. So we were like, hey, we're not really
healthy.
We're eating good stuff.
It's good probiotics. But here, what we've done is we're not only did I use the bowl to mix my pizza dough, but because of the size of it, it's so awesome, Guy, because I have plenty of room to be proofing my dough ball in here. But you know what this could also be? This is large enough, Guy, that I can brine a turkey in here.
Yeah.
Like, how many of you have a bowl big enough that you can brine a turkey in? What are you trying to do, a big pot and putting it in your refrigerator?
The only thing I ever had that was that big was when I actually used the turkey fryer container. That's the only thing big enough.
Big enough, yep.
But this is large enough so that if you wanted to brine any kind of a bird, a chicken, or a turkey, you could do that as well. Or even if you're just doing a beef and you're braising a beef and you want to marinate it ahead of time. Yep.
But I mean, I would add these on. As a caterer, these are my favorites. I like to use these larger ones. This is a 59 cup. This one I use for my beverage bowl. I use it as an ice bucket. You can use, whatever you want to use them for. If you go and look for something like this in the marketplace, you're going to pay a fortune for it, and it's not going to have that seal.
Really quick, while you mentioned the big